The Overwatch Workshop lets you create some amazing stuff. New game modes, original hero abilities, or even training programs. Something like this, or this one here. But it can be difficult to grasp its fundamentals at first. So in this video, I bring you the Overwatch Workshop Best Tutorials, the only guide that tells you where to find the best resources to learn the basics of a workshop fast. Hey guys, Alex here for Overwatch Limbo, bringing you a true experience of a competitive mode to learn, improve and grow together as better players. So if you're new here, I publish every 3 days guides, reviews and debunked videos to dig deeper into my Grandmaster journey. And from now on also workshop content like this one. So consider subscribing for more videos like this and hitting that bell icon to make sure to be notified of all my future content. The Overwatch Workshop is, according to Blizzard's definition, a simplified game scripting system. And even though Jeff Kaplan said it would most likely be for power users with some knowledge in programming, it's totally possible to learn how to use the workshop without any past experience. You just have to take it slow and go step by step. And the first thing I would recommend is to read thoroughly the Blizzard blog post that goes through the basic concepts of a workshop. The link to this page, and it's the same for all the resources listed in this video, is in the cards up here and in the description below. So, on the official post you will learn how to access the workshop and get familiar with its terminology. Basically, the post explains in a very comprehensive way what are events, conditions and actions that you need to make the rules of your script, or in other words, the rules of your future workshop creation. The post is not that long, well illustrated with short clips, and also includes some game mode creation workflows that are particularly useful. It's a great starting point before jumping into your first project. If you're really not a big fan of reading, a small YouTube channel going by the name Red published a couple of explanatory videos on rules and events. They are just above 4 minutes long, put some of the workshop concepts into graphs to better understand them, and take you into the game browser itself to better show you how it all works out with some simple examples. Red speaks a bit fast and the sound quality is not optimal. But those are two high-value tutorials which will, with some pauses and mimicking, definitely teach you a lot about the workshop. Another option is to watch Elo Hell Esports tutorial on how to use the Overwatch Workshop. This is a really well-made 3 minutes long video that takes one example to illustrate the writing of a simple script, a mechanic that burns players when the match is in overtime. It shows more than it explains the structure of a workshop and will definitely help you familiarize yourself with the kind of logic you need to follow to develop your own scripts. Specifically how you need to be aware of the starting-ending duality of every action and how to deal with it in the workshop menu. But to accompany your first dive into the workshop, the best instructor is probably SamstaTV, and in particular his first workshop tutorial video that really goes through the basic steps of a first very easy script, totally beginner friendly. He then published 5 more short videos so far, each one of them showing the development process of some specific features like a third-person mode, custom text HUD, or an icon ping location, Apex Legends style. SamstaTV's soothing voice and the relaxing background music make the learning process very clear and comfortable. Hopefully, he will keep posting basic tutorials to cover more aspects of a workshop. Then, when you already tried a few things, you can start looking at more specific tutorials, like those 3 on Acro's channel, which are explaining how to change projectile speed, create an aimbot mode, and make a reproduction of the game super hard in Overwatch. Acro goes straight to the point, and doesn't waste any time in any irrelevant information. He doesn't explain why things are working the way they are, but just shows you how to make certain actions work, which is definitely useful if you want to add similar functionalities to your own project. For the same reason, you should also take a look at Valkia's workshop tutorials. The famous Farah main streamer made 2 videos to introduce people to the workshop browser possibilities. The first one shows how he created the crouch healing ability in his first workshop streaming, which is definitely a nice easy ability to implement in some of your game modes. The second video, which hopefully won't be the last, is actually explaining a very important learning process, which is to study other people's scripts. Valkia is looking at Blizzard's own preset, Molten Floor, and go through the thought process people need to have to analyze how a script works and what to do to reproduce it, fix it, and improve it. Another YouTuber that clearly shows you how to set up particular scripts is AnEnemyChampion. He has very little subscribers and views, but his 4 guides really deserve more. He dives into some fancy reviving mechanics, backstab damage bonus, and he thoroughly explains how to make Reinhardt a paladin. This last video is already more of an advanced tutorial than most of the other content I've talked about so far. There's a lot of conditions and actions involved, but ultimately the demonstration is very well made and undoubtedly useful. Last but not least of those selected YouTube channel is a Shrewsbury. Sean, its creator, have been working on the workshop since launch and has released as of now the biggest number of tutorials with 13 videos. He is specialized in custom hero development and explains in each one of his videos a new aspect of the workshop set of tools available. He talks about ability controls, ability cooldowns, auras and healing, and applying forces for example. He also shows demonstrations and has recently started a series about the creation of a new dive tank. Overall, a Shrewsbury is the most furnished and appealing channel in custom hero teaching content on YouTube. Not only Sean is posting very useful, comprehensive guides, but he's also able to be consistent and responsive, a must-watch. Finally, I want to give you a few more resources that will surely be useful if you're getting serious about the workshop. First off is the workshop syntax and script database put together on the Blizzard official forums by Wyoming Mist. It basically gives you an easy access to all the definitions of the terms used in the workshop drop-down menus. Then, also on the official forums, the PTR feedback category hosts a few posts that will help you find solutions to issues you will surely run into or can be used to ask for bug fixes and new features. The devs are really active on the forums and they try to fix major problems as fast as possible. So don't hesitate to post your own ideas and projects to see if they're doable and how to make them come to life. And lastly, the subreddit Overwatch Custom Games indexed a lot of guides, examples, and other resources for Overwatch creators. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but there's a growing community out there ready to help and support you, so make sure to join and participate in that one too. Alright, before giving you my workshop tip of the day, if you enjoyed the video and want more content like this one, make sure to leave it a like. It really helps the channel growing and keeps me going. I will be publishing more workshop related videos and other Overwatch trendy content in the next few weeks. So if you haven't done it already, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon to be notified of all my future content. And here's the best comment of the last video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember losses, losers are not your mind. Tip of the day: debugging a big script can be tedious. So to avoid getting into the huge and tangled mess of numerous rules, a proper way to develop a project is to constantly test and debug it. Make a rule, launch the game, and check if it works. If it does, move forward. If it doesn't, fix it and test it again, and repeat the process until it does. Try it on and let me know if it works for you.